What's going on, guys? Aggronix here, and welcome back to week 2 of the ElysianUCL League. Today we take on Gomez and the Indianapolis Rapidashes, and it's a match that I really was looking forward to. I did the battle at a friend's house, and I recorded it, but it turns out the audio wasn't great. It was in an echoey environment, so I decided to do a post-narration. Basically, it's also good because it allowed me to go through some of my more thoughts, able to go in more depth in what I was thinking and not just, have stuff on the screen. My next week's battle against Jay and stuff, they all will be live. This is just a 1 week thing. Hopefully, I do prefer to do them live. I find they're more exciting. But just for this week, it's going to be a post-narration. So, jumping into what Gomez's team is very quickly. Gomez has a fantastic team, and one that he's used to his full abilities. He has Clefable, Infernape, Tentacruel, Goodra, Zoroark, Excavalier, Thunderous Incarnate, Sandslash, Frogadier, Tangela, and Mega Latios. Now, I am going to be going over what my team was and then what happened in the battle, so if you guys want to skip ahead to the battle, no worries. I'll just basically run through what I had, what my thought process was, and why some sets are as they are. So, first we start off with Umber Mega Latios. He is rocking Knockoff, Mega Horn, Iron Tail, and Protect, running enough speed to outspeed everything on his team, max attack, and just the rest in HP. The reason I went with this speed is because Mega Absol actually speeds everything on his team, minus a Choice Scarf or a Dragon Danced up Mega Latios. So, originally Mega Absol wasn't on this team, it was actually Diggersby, but after seeing that Absol outsped everything on his team, I had to bring it. Usually Jolteon will outspeed everything, and Latios will outspeed a lot of things, but the fact that Absol outsped everything on his team, it was a major bring. Knockoff for stab, Mega Horn to hit the Zoroark and also hit the Mega Latios. It actually one-shots Mega Latios, which is pretty cool, and Knockoff does not, because Knockoff only gets the boost if it's a Pokemon that knocks off an item, and it's a Mega, so it doesn't actually work as well. So Mega Horn was there because of that, and also it's Zoroark, which is pretty big. And Iron Tail is there for the Clefable, pretty standard set. And Protect is there just to secure the Mega Evolution. And next we have the Oasis, the Choice Scarf Latios, Dracometer, Psyshock, Shadow Ball, and Trick, running max speed. So basically with the Choice Scarf, even if the Mega Latios is at +1, I will be able to at least get a speed tie. If not, I would outspeed, because he most likely would run Adamant and just have enough speed to outspeed everything that he would need to. He basically just put enough speed to where at +1 he'd outspeed Jolteon, probably most likely. So I'm running a Choice Scarf, Dracometer to hit everything, Psyshock to hit everything, strong. Shadow Ball is there for just some neutral stab if I didn't want to go for Dracometer, but I also didn't want to go for Psyshock. Shadow Ball hits roughly everything on his team pretty well, and Trick was there to trick the Clefable. Next we have Shuckleberry Heatran, once again Earth Power Taunt, Flamethrower and Flash Cannon with max special attack, modest, and max HP. Shuck is very simple. This one was a great check to Mega Latios, as long as I can get a taunt off, and it has great special attack. It hits everything on his team, and it's one of my biggest counters to Clefable. Jolteon, Terabyte, Assault Vested. She's come back with Thunderbolt, Volt Switch, Hidden Power, Ice, and Signal Beam. Modest nature, enough speed once again, like Absol, enough speed to outspeed everything on Gomez's team, and has great special defense with Assault Vest, so that it's great pivot into his Thunderous Incarnate, which is a pretty big problem for my team, to be honest. Next we have Wackenberry Gyarados. Wackenberry is not there for the Thunderous, because even if I have Wackenberry and I'm running max special defense, Life Orb Thunderous might still one-shot me with Thunderbolt, so that's not why it's there for. It's there for like Hidden Power Electrics on Clefable, possibly. Thunder Punches on Infernape, which is a big thing. Waterfall, Earthquake, Thunder Wave, and Iron Tail. Waterfall to hit everything for stab. Earthquake is to hit the Tentacruel. Thunder Wave is to slow things down, like the Infernape and the Mega Latios. And Iron Tail is there for the Clefable once again, because Clefable is very scary. Max physical defense. This is my main check to Infernape. And finally we have Weezing leftovers with Will-O-Wisp, Sludge Bomb, Fire Blast, and Taunt. Once again, running max physical defense. This is basically just for Zoroark, for Mega Latios to a certain extent, mostly to Infernape and Clefable, even though I have physical defense. I still take Moonblast from Clefable decently well. So jumping into what I thought he was going to bring. I thought he was going to bring Clefable and Infernape for sure. I thought Tentacruel was a very likely, so I thought those 3. I thought Goodra or Latios, so that's 4. I thought the Zoroark was a pretty likely bring. That's 5. And then I thought maybe the Excavalier or the Thunderous, whichever he thought would work better. So as you see here, he does bring a lot of things I was talking about. He brings the Clefable, he brings the Goodra and the Mega Latios, which was kind of surprising. He brings the Zarwak and the Tentacruel and the Thundurus, as expected. Not seeing the Infernape was kind of crazy to me. Looking at the team matchup, you know, he has great coverage for my main threats like Absol and Heatran with close combat, and he can just overheat my Weezing or something. But I mean, I'm kind of annoyed that he didn't bring it, only because Infernape is such a strong threat, but I did prep so much for it, I thought it'd be okay. But he didn't bring it. I need to find out what the Goodra is. If the Goodra is Assault Vested, it would be scary. If it specs, it'll do a crazy amount of damage to a lot of things. A Thundurus is most likely just a Life Orb set. Mega Latios, I need to find out if it's Dragon Dance or Calm Mind, one of the two. And Clefable, I need to find out if it's Calm Mind and make sure that it doesn't become a serious threat. So, jumping into round 1, he leaves with Clefable, and I leave with Heatran. This is the plan. I was going to taunt it. That's exactly what I do. I leave with Heatran to taunt the Clefable. He swaps straight out. I don't bother predicting. I just go for the taunt. He goes in a Goodra. And at this point, I'm like, okay, this thing's going to go for an Earthquake. Unfortunately, I have to go on a Gyarados. It's the only thing that can take a Draco Meteor and Earthquake. He does go for Draco Meteor, and it does a lot of damage to Gyarados. He gets a special attack drop. He swaps straight out. He swaps in a Tentacruel, which I was kind of surprised about. So I just click Waterfall, gauge what he wants to go into. He goes straight into Tentacruel. He goes for the first Scald. Doesn't get the burn, thankfully, and I go for Earthquake, and it does a load of damage. A crazy amount of damage. He goes for the second Scald. I go for the Waterfall just to secure the kill. He gets the burn, and I was very, very worried that this wouldn't kill because of the burn, but it does. So Tentacruel goes down. It's dead on turn 5, which is great. But Gyarados, my main check to a Mega Latios sweep, is now virtually dead, which really sucks. So he's going to go into Thundurus here. I just let him kill Gyarados. There's no point in saving this thing. I wanted a free swap. So on this side, I decided to go into Terabyte the Jolteon because I know it's the greatest thing I have. I'm just going to click Volt Switch, I believe, because nothing on his team wanted to take it. And even if he stayed in, I would do crazy damage. So he brings in Goodra. And I need to figure out what this thing is. My Latios is Scarf. So I knew that I would outspeed this thing 100%. So I know this thing is clicking Draco Meteor because it could take a Draco Meteor of my own and then kill me. So I swap into Heatran, predicting that. And he goes for Draco Meteor, and you see it does a lot of damage. So we know it's not Specs from that damage, and he swaps out. So I'm pretty sure that thing is Scarf, and you'll know from later. I'm telling you right now, it is Scarf. So he goes into Thundurus. Thundurus takes Flash Cannon, does a lot of damage. He swaps back out. He swaps actually into Latios, as I just go for a Flamethrower, trying to get some damage on the Thundurus. He goes into Latios. He Mega Evolves right here. And he goes straight for the Dragon Claw, just wants to gauge the damage. He doesn't show Earthquake yet, which is interesting. I go for Taunt, just to make sure that thing can't Dragon Dance up. Swaps back out into Goodra as I actually swap out. I swap into Weezing, and this is obviously a really, really bad situation for me. I have to stay in. I have to take a Draco Meteor. I could have gone back into Heatran, but Heatran was so low at this point, I needed to preserve it. So I go for Sludge Bomb, hoping for the poison. I don't get it, unfortunately. Goodra actually swaps out into Clefable as I just click Sludge Bomb. I don't really know what he was predicting there, but it was the Zarwak, so which is really unfortunate. I got really excited for a second, but it was the Zarwak. So Zarwak just goes for Extra Sentry, kills me off, and that's the end of Asthma. Once again, I get to just go, actually I go into Absol, sorry, I don't go into Jolteon. I get to go into Absol. I just click Protect just to get the secure Mega Evolution off. Goes for Low Sweep, which is very, very interesting. Now that I'm faster, he goes for Sucker Punch, and I'm just going to go for Mega Horn to kill this thing. I do thankfully land, and it's now tied up at 4-4. He brings in the Goodra, so 100% sure this thing is now Scarf. Because of that, I go for Protect, just to see what he wants to go for. He goes for Superpower. So this turn, I want to go into Latios, the only thing that I want to take a Superpower on my team. He goes for another Superpower, obviously. He gets a crit, which is a little bit unfortunate, but not the worst thing in the world. And I basically just get to go for an attack here. I'm going to go for a Psyshock because I can't Draco Meteor while this Clefable is alive. It's too risky. At this point, I just want to get damage off this Clefable. So I'm going to stay in and go for another Psyshock. He swaps back into Goodra. Takes a Psyshock, does a lot of damage. He realizes the Goodra is huge for him. He swaps back into Clefable as I just go for another Psyshock. Does a lot of damage. At this point, I'm very, very close to killing, so I just say, I'm just going to stay in and go for it. I barely miss the KO on Clefable, and he gets a soft boiled off. I get a low roll, which is very, very unfortunate, and I'm forced to swap out. Right here I go into Terabyte, the Jolteon, just because this thing is assault vested, and I just want to gauge how much this does. I want to find out what thing it is. I go for Hidden Power Ice, predicting the Thunderous, or the Goodra. One of the three, actually. But you'll see here, Thunderbolt actually does a lot of damage. That's a modest Thunderbolt coming from Jolteon, so it's no joke, really. It does a lot of damage, and he gets a Toxic off, which is a bit unfortunate, but not the worst thing in the world. I go straight into Heatran. I realize this thing cannot touch me. We've seen Soft Boiled, Moonblast, and I don't really think he can touch me. I just go for Flamethrower. I know he's not staying in. I get a crit in the Thunderous, which was huge, and he goes into Mega Latios. So, right here. Okay. He goes for Dragon Dance, and I don't go for Taunt. He obviously will get the first Dragon Dance up. He outspeeds me, he will always get that. I was thinking, okay, what's actually really, really good here? Because I can just get damage off. And then he can go for Earthquake, kill me, I can go into Latios, and I'll outspeed because of the Choice Scarf, or at least I'll have a chance for Speed type. And he goes for another Dragon Dance, and I'm like, okay, this is actually a problem. I go for another Flash Cannon, and I'm like, okay, maybe it's alright because I can live one hit. He goes for Recover. And that's where the Taunt would have been really, really important. I believe I go for Taunt here. I know I just go for another Flash Cannon. I was hoping for the Special Defense drop. Honestly, I really, really should have just clicked Taunt turn 1. And I might have won the game, to be honest, because I think you guys already know. I got swept by Mega Latios, which really, really sucked because I definitely could have won. But he didn't even have Earthquake in the end. Dragon Claw actually does enough to where 2 kill, which is really unfortunate. I get the Special Defense drop here, so if I did have a little bit more physical defense investment, I could have lived another one and killed with the Flash Cannon, which really sucks. I go into Oasis here, hoping that I outspeed with the Choice Scarf. No way I do. And once again, Mega Absol can't do what it does best, and Sucker Punch, because I don't have Sucker Punch, and because I thought, I don't know what I was thinking. And it's so annoying that once again, because I don't have Sucker Punch on my Absol, we're gonna suffer tremendously. In the first game, we got a 1-0 win. That should have been a 5-0. And in the next battle, we lose to Gomez. In a battle that I really, really could have won. It would have been very, very close because Gomez is an incredible battler. But stay with me here. Heatran would have died. I go into Absol. He clicked Dragon Claw on my Protect, so he was attacking me. I go for Sucker Punch, kill that. He goes into Clefable. Say I just Iron Tail, or I go... Well, I probably just Iron Tail, get damage off. At that point, I can go into Latios. Latios with Choice Scarf, Psyshock to Clefable, Psyshock to Goodra, and I win the game 2-0. That's what should have happened. But Gomez played fantastically, not trying to take anything away from Gomez. Chris, you really, really have come ways since the D-League, dude. You definitely deserve to be up here. And it's just unfortunate that I lost to Gomez. He's a very, very good opponent, and I'm not ashamed of losing to Gomez. It's just I'm ashamed of how I lost, even because I feel like I did have the battle in my control and in my hands for not the majority of the game. I feel like the start of the game was very, very evenly matched, trying to feed each other out, figure out what we wanted to do. And then in the middle of the game, he made a lot of double switches that cost him greatly. I got a really, really unfortunate low roll on the Clefable, which didn't end up mattering because Clefable never came back in. But if I did have Sucker Punch on Latios, it would have made possibly a 3-0. So it's all ifs and buts. Congrats to Gomez if you're watching this. Good game, man. You played very, very well. And I say good luck to you for the rest of the season. As for us, we're now 1-1 with a -2 differential. Really, really not bad, guys. We're not doing awful. We have a -2 differential. It's, not great, but we're still on the upper scale of the Magma Conference. We're not in the bottom at all. We're still lying around the middle. We're just under the top 4, which is where you need to be to make playoffs. I think we're tied 5th, actually, so we're literally just on the cusp. So we're still in a good spot. Next week we play Jay, and I promise you guys I'm gonna throw everything I can into that, into the prep, into the battle. I'm gonna have my battle at my own house. Also, guys, I never actually did I mention it. I did have the battle at a friend's house, so I wasn't able to record this live with good audio. So that's why it was like this. Next week's battle against Jay will hopefully be live. Jay had to forfeit this week because he didn't have Wi-Fi. His Wi-Fi cut out. So hopefully he has, hopefully he's good. But honestly, guys, this set should have been exactly how it is, except it should have been that. Like if that was the set, I truly think I would have won the game. And it sucks that it really comes down to that. But I would like to thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys have enjoyed. Hope you guys aren't too upset with me. We will come back next week. We will face Jay. After that, we play Steven. After that, we play Zach. I think there's a bye week after that. So we're just at the start of the season. We're not out of it yet, not by a long shot. Remember last season, guys, we barely won the first game, and we lost the second game, lost the third game, came back in the fourth game, rose back up, won the next 3 games, lost to Joey, and then won the final 2 games. So I feel like the start of the season for me is always the toughest part, figuring out what each of your mons do, what they're supposed to do. And so far, I haven't been able to do that. Mega Absol is a mon that I don't play with often at all. I've actually never used Mega Absol ever, not even laddering in UU. So I don't really know how to use it. I'm trying to look up what kind of sets it does and what it kind of does. I know it does, the Swords Dance, and you can run Fire Blast for Fair Thorns, Ice Beams for Garchomps and stuff like that, but in the Draft League it's very, very different, and I just need to adapt how I'm playing. But so far, guys, I'm actually really, really enjoying the season. I'm actually really, really liking my team. No matter what I say, I don't know how to use Absol, I don't really know how to use Gyarados. That doesn't matter. I can tell my team is good because every time my team build, I'm like, okay, can I bring this or this? It's literally a choice. Last season with Aggron, Dragonite, Melodic, I had to bring them every week and then bring 2 extra Pokemon that really did nothing, and I just had to hope for the best. With this season, I can really, really plan and play how I want to, and I really, really like that. I hope you guys aren't too upset with me, and I'm promising you guys, we will come back next week. We will face Jay, hopefully take a win over Jay. That would be absolutely amazing. Hopefully win a 2-0 just to bring our differential back up, if not more. 1-0 wouldn't be bad either. I mean, differential hopefully won't matter at all until the end of the season. So that's when differential will start to matter. But hope you guys have enjoyed. If you are proud members of the Aggronix, make sure to have you down Aggronix. Oh yeah, what am I saying? Yeah, that is what it's called. What you called. If you guys are proud members of the Aggronix, make sure to heavy slam the like button down below first. And hope you guys have enjoyed this little video. Again, guys, sorry for the post narration. It will be live next week. With that being said, have yourselves a wonderful day. Bye bye.